Welcome back to the Gary Goff Show here on WTTF, Cool FM 93.3 and WTTF.com. The Gary Goff Show is brought to you by CF Professionals Incorporated, Gary Gruse's office, the Ohio Mutual Insurance Group, Jim Kennedy's office, State Farms Insurance, Ed Lape's office, Steyer Seeds, Tiffin Ace Hospital, Tiffin Ace Hardware, and the Animal Hospital of Tiffin. Coach, when we left off, we were talking. We just finished talking about the first half, and your Dragons going to the halftime with the lead, and then in the second half, we talked about how momentum changed with the blocked extra point, 2-point conversion followed by the touchdown. Looked like momentum might swing back the other way with the pick six right there early in the third period.
Yeah, going back to halftime, we went in and told them, hey, it's a new ball game, 0-0. And, like I've been telling them, hey, we're going to see adversity throughout the game, and we got to believe in each other. We got to have trust in each other as our teammates, and then total commitment, and just knowing that, hey, adversity is going to show itself. We're going to overcome it, and things will be fine in the end. So don't panic about anything. And sure enough, we saw adversity in the third quarter a lot faster than we wanted to.
Absolutely. But you guys, like you said, you guys responded though. I mean, that was the last points they put on the board.
Yeah, they kicked off to us. We had the ball, and we had about a 4-play drive, or 4 plays into the drive, when our quarterback made a mistake, just a little bit of difficult read right there, and they showed us a different look on defense, and they stepped in front of a ball and took it the other way for 6. But what I was most proud of is there was not one person on that sideline that hung their head that said, "Oh, here we go again." There was no negative comments made, and that wasn't the case. I was going to say, that's a total attitude change that we spoke of in our previous program, Coach. That's really, I could see evidence of that from the press box. I'm sure the fans could in the stands, too. No question. I had a lot of families come up to me after the game and say, Coach, we can't believe the difference a year makes. I mean, you got a team that is committed here, and there's no, bad attitudes on the sideline. Sure. Nobody's pouting. Everybody's pulling for their teammates. So, that was a good test right there early in the third quarter. But defense, we got the drive again and had a couple series in and out, and defense stepped on the field, and they gave up 69 total yards in the second half.
That's it.
And that is amazing.
Yeah.
To a team that rushed the football 42 times. So that kept us in the game. And then we made a few adjustments offensively, and Jeremy Ortiz had a great game.
Yeah.
And another walk-on player for us, who a year ago as a freshman broke his collarbone in a JV game, missed almost the entire season, had a great spring, great summer, and then it paid off for him in this game. Ortiz, he rushed for 70 yards on 9 carries, and one was a 45-yard, play that he busted down the sideline. Still can't really tell if he stepped out or not, so he's a little bum about that.
From our vantage point, it did kind of look like he did. But you know what I liked about that, though? The very next play, you guys gave it to him.
Yes.
You gave him a chance to get in the end zone. I loved seeing that.
Yeah,
I loved seeing that.
He deserved it after that long.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely he did. Absolutely.
But, we finished that drive off right there with a touchdown pass to Oped Dykes. And, there we kind of started getting Oped rolling a little bit.
Yeah.
And then once again, defense took the field again and got a punt back. And then we kind of traded blows for the next quarter and a half. And, we had great field position, and they had a couple of drives where they punted us deep, and, now they had great field position. So, we had a 16-13 lead there, and it was just a dogfight for the next quarter and a half.
Yeah.
And then, we get down there to the end of the game, and defense is making a stand and puts them in a passing situation. And, one of the most unbelievable plays I've seen.
The Mohawk man.
Oh, yeah, exactly. is Logan Snell.
Great individual play.
Oh, they try to throw an out route on the sideline right there, and Snell steps down there and bats the ball up in the air, turns back around kind of to his side and catches it and goes, 34 yards, I think, or something like that for a touchdown. And that was with 2 minutes to go in the ball game. And you talking about trying to hold 100 guys back on the sideline, keep their emotions down, and keep my emotions down for right there, because that unbelievable play. It was a challenge. The game's not over yet, but
absolutely,
our fans, our players, and everybody were almost acting like it, and you can't really blame them to an extent.
No, well,
it's been so long.
I was in the press box as well, Coach. We're calling a game, You know, and at that point, the game becomes 23-13, and we start looking at the clock. We're like, hey, we're going to do this here.
Yeah.
We're going to do this here. You know, and we started getting excited and get in the press box, and it was absolutely contagious. Absolutely.
Well, we forced McKendree there on that last possession after we scored the interception. Is our defense has to take the field again.
Mm-hmm.
They just put them in a 3rd and long, intercept it, took it back for a score. Now defense got to take the field again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now McKendree's going 4 wides because they're running out of time. So little nerve wracking there for a moment because 2 minutes left in the game. We've all seen it before. That people can score not only 10 points in that, but 14 or 21 depending on the circumstances. So. We were calming everybody down and telling them the game's not over. We still got 2 minutes left. And, once again, defense went out there and batted down a few balls and, put them in a situation where they had to, go for it on 4th. And at that moment, I had one of the seniors come up to me. We were getting the victory play.
Yeah, I love that. I was like, folks, do I get to call it? Do I get to call it? Victory formation for the Tiffin University Dragons. Yeah.
And Gage Gorman, young man who's been here for 3 years now, and a couple others came up to me and said, Coach, we've never ran the victory play in our life.
Wow.
And that's again, the game's not over, and they're telling me this before we're going out on the field. I'm like, good for you guys. You guys really, really deserve this. So, as they went out there and kneeled the last 3 plays, that's when, pretty much everybody's emotions got the best of them. And, kids are running around having a blast. Parents are taking the field. And great feeling for Tiffin University.
When everybody started getting excited like the game was over, there were 2 minutes after that fantastic play by Logan. Was that a great teaching moment for you with the kids to be able to be like, hey, guys, we're winning, but now we close the door.
Yes.
Now we finish the ball game. Was that a great teaching moment?
It's never over till it's over.
Exactly.
And
we've seen strange stuff and happen in lots of football games.
Well, I'll tell you an example. We've got a JV program here, and they had a game Sunday right after us with all the excitement. And our JV team scores with 36 seconds left in the game and get a personal foul. Now we're kicking off from the 20. The other team scores in 36 seconds to beat them. So you really, the Saturday, the way that game ended, trying to tell the guys, hey, it's not over. And then what happens Sunday, yes, it's a great teaching point that, guys, I know we're very excited. We're almost there, but we're not there yet. And just wait. We can celebrate in 2 minutes. It's not too long to wait. But it's been 729 days since they have celebrated, so I can understand a little.
Yeah, I'm sure that everybody when you got a chance to address the team afterwards, I'm sure like I told you, that emotion that was in your voice in the post game comments we got from you was so cool to hear. So so deserving for you and your kids. But talk a little bit about what it was like when you addressed the team after that victory.
Yeah, and I made the comment to you after the game. I am the proudest father in the country right now, and for many reasons. Number one, we've got 150 players, and most of those have been with us for a long time now, and have really, really battled. Our upperclassmen, hey, it could have been real easy for them to leave. Hey, things have been not easy here at Tiffin University, and it could have been easy for them to leave, but they kind of drew the line in the dirt there and said we're going to help get this done. And then my coaching staff, gosh, very, very proud of them. They have worked long hours and long nights and spent a lot of time away from their family. And hey, we're not done.
This is only you're taking the first step.
Yeah, it's just one win, and some people listening might say, it's one win. What's the big deal? Well, the big deal is where this program was and where we're trying to take it. And I've been at different schools where we've had a young football team like this one, and after we get a taste of winning, that can snowball. Yeah. And a young football team that believes they can win can be very dangerous. Yeah. And, so we got a good test this week to find out where we're going. But it is a step that we had to have. We had to have that win in this program so that, the kids are believing in what they're doing, the fans, the administration, our families, because we're spending a lot of time away from them.
Absolutely.
So, that's why the emotions were high. And again, I can't say how proud I am of these guys because – we're a team. We weren't a team last year, and these guys believe in each other. They care about each other. They're a family. They might fight like brothers and sisters, but
that's what family do.
They got each other's back.
I hear you. I want to talk about a player I thought that had a fantastic game on Saturday as well. Then maybe you can tell me somebody that you thought really stepped up and had a great game. Your punter, Seth Pico.
Seth did.
He pinned him inside the 5 twice and inside the 20 3 or 4 times, if I remember correctly. So I thought he had a fantastic game for you.
He did. He played for us last year as a true freshman. Got a lot of experience last year. Now he's a sophomore, a little more matured, a lot stronger, and he's he's calm and collect back there and catches that snap and kicks it. And, he pushed a field goal, off to the right for us, but he had plenty of leg. But, punting job right there, he did an outstanding job pinning them deep.
Especially that offense that they were running, if they have to go 95 yards, it's quite a challenge put on them. And then you got that big offensive lineman kicking for you, too, on the kickoffs.
Yeah. BK is what they call him, big kicker.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah, Tomislav is he had 58 touchbacks in high school.
Yeah.
And he was offered by Fresno State and just didn't want to leave the area. And Tomislav's what, 6'2", 235. He looks like one of our linebackers, or maybe a smaller guard for us. But,
yeah, he's a big guy for sure.
But his first kickoff was great, and I don't know if Tiffin's had a kicker in quite some time like that. So we're excited about him, and that shaves points off the scoreboard right there.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can have touchbacks or pin them inside the 20. A year ago, we're looking at them starting at the 35 or 40.
Yeah. Well, there's three aspects of the football game: offense, defense, special teams, and that can be, if you have an advantage in special teams, that's a huge factor for you.
Exactly. So he's worth his weight in gold right now.
Well, who else stepped up to the plate for you this week that you were really surprised or just overall happy with?
Yeah, we're going to have a young man on here in a second, Josh Pribble, who I think had an outstanding game.
And with 2 interceptions both in the first half.
2 interceptions. Was flying around. Got high-load a few times and took it like a man and came right back in. But, our linebackers had a really, really good game, especially facing a team that's going to run the football like that at all different angles. And, Brian McCorkle's another guy that had a great game.
Yeah, we said his name a bunch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really, really proud of linebackers. That was where we were hurting a year ago. Kyle Finch, true freshman, started, and played, I think every snap but maybe 10. Mm-hmm. And so, those 3 linebackers right there had an outstanding game, and we'll get to talk about that a little bit more in a second when Josh comes on. But those guys stood out to me because we didn't see that a year ago. Yeah,
and not many missed tackles on the defensive side. Everybody playing their positions, playing their zones and everything. It was really nice to see, and it all added up to that 23-13 victory.
Well, that's kind of when you want. You want a team win. You want to see some adversity in that first game, but you want to see how your team's going to react. And I'll tell you what, a lot of people say I'd love to have just an easy win and blow them out, but you really want to see what kind of a team your guys are going to be and what they're made of, and that was a great test for us week 1.
Absolutely. This is the Gary Goff Show on AM 1600 WTTF, Cool FM 93.3, and WTTF.com. Let's go ahead and step aside and take a break. When we come back, we will talk to Josh Pribble, the sophomore linebacker, who had a huge game for the Dragons this past Saturday. This program is brought to you by CF Professionals, Gary Gruse's office, the Ohio Mutual Insurance Group, Jim Kennedy's office, State Farm Insurance, Ed Lape's office, Tire Seeds, Tiffin Ace Hardware, and the Animal Hospital of Tiffin. Back after this on WTTF, Cool FM 93.3, and WTTF.com.